So welcome. This is Wholesome Cosplay. We are here to have a relaxing time, chill out, and just sit down and talk about the good things about cosplay. All good things about cosplay. Not just the mini bits, not just the massive bits, all of it. So yeah, essentially we are about the vibe, and we're just here to have a good time. So we're going to welcome all questions throughout the entire panel because it's a quite relaxed one. It's just us chatting, hanging out. So if there's any questions, I've got my peepers on that. So good vibes all round. Yes, people. Wholesome Cosplay, welcome. Me and Kate will be your hosts. Well, Tanjiro and Giyu. Yes, Demon Slayer.
Ready.
Yes, hell yeah. Right. So this is my beautiful Weird Art creation. I hope you're all excited for what this is going to be. I thought if we're going to be relaxed and, you know, that good vibe, you're going to like my word art and memes. So welcome. There is
Not a
there is absolutely no right way to cosplay. Big beginner, poof, on the stop. There we go. There is bloody no right way to cosplay. No right way. This is our probably best examples of that, being casual cosplay, where we went camping one time and literally just took casual clothes with wigs. Doable. If you want to make it hard for yourself and do a casual cosplay, but make it, and it was 10 times harder than you thought it was going to be, e.g. the Star Guardians. Yes, that's what we like to do. That is the move. Or if you want to go all out and do your massive groups, again, there's no right way to cosplay. Do you see our Ruby group at the top? It's beautiful, right? Most of us either made them, bought them, put pieced stuff together. Some of us don't have weapons, some do have weapons. But you know what we're doing? Having a good time. And, you know, that's exactly why we're here, to be like, there's no right way to cosplay. No right way. I don't know. Don't get stressed about it. Cosplay is a good time, and it should always stay a good time.
We're all there to have fun. And it can be very easy to lose sight of that sometimes. It can be very easy to get wrapped up in a lot of stuff, but that's your key. This is a fun hobby. That's why a lot of us picked it up, and that's what you want to, that's the goal, to have fun in the cosplay, even if
all times
it takes a lot of time to make, even if you buy it. When you do groups, you're just there to have fun.
Because this is the thing that we've got solely with our group, and I think you should all implement, really, is that we're a bunch of happy, crazy people. And yeah, like, it does get stressful sometimes, but when we get to the con, it doesn't matter what people have turned up with in the group. We enjoy them, we appreciate them. If they don't want to wear their cosplay all day, they just want to wear it for 2 minutes, they want to wear it all day and be crazy like me and probably Kate, well then, you know, we aren't going to judge. We don't literally, like, big brain people. Yes, big brain people. We don't care. And that's, I think it's not like you don't be stressed about it. Don't stress other people about it. Let everyone have a piece of fun, be it on their terms or your terms. It's still, find that mesh. Find a bunch of people that are going to mesh with you. We finally found that, thankfully. Look at all those little memers. Beautiful. Lovers. Oh no. You moved on.
Stress.
You moved on so quickly. Stress is going to happen. Pre-con worries. What you want to be, right, for being real here, what you want to be is you want to be like the pig. You want to be cool as a cucumber, but also stressed on the inside, but not crying. You don't want to be a breakdown. You want to continue. You want to make that cosplay. You're going to keep going. That's the goal here, is to never let go. Don't let go, Jack.
Yeah, sometimes there's been a lot of times for us where you turn up to a con, or you're getting ready, you arrive at your hotel and you realize that you left half your cosplay at home. You get there and it breaks and you have to sew yourself into it and then throw it away at the end once you cut yourself out. You know, like, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. There's a lot of worrying that you can have.
I feel like we've been through every step as well. There was times where you forgot your wig, your shoes, 90% of the costume. And do you know what we did, though? The point of this is don't stress. Just make a meme out of it. Make a meme. Find something you can put on that person just to make it funny. Yeah. Because you can have a good day. Honestly, like, I feel like I made this slide purely because down on bottom right is a friend of mine called Heather. She's a good egg. She was sat making our we did Attack on Titan for London MCM once, and she was so stressed doing that. She didn't do her own cosplay. So we threw a party for her the day before the con and sat together and just had a good time while watching some movies on the telly and making that cosplay. Because again, it's about fun, right? You gotta help your friends. If your friends struggle, you're struggling, just reach out, man. Cosplayers stick together. That's the point. And then up the very top left is a moment I captured, because these are all moments we've been through. It's a moment I captured with Grave Dog. You'll see her in Anime Attacks. Go give her a gander. She's a good egg. She was so stressed about art for a convention because it's not just cosplayers. Artists go through this as well. She's also a cosplayer, but man, she was having a rough time. She was having a rough time right now. And, she got over it though. She got up the next day. We helped her out with her art. Can you see all the pieces on the floor? We got there. We got together. We had good vibes all around. We had music on. I remember it was a really intense situation, but we got through it. And it was honestly rad. But I had to put that one in. She did actually let me put that one in. So,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is. It's all about making sure that you're there for other people. And if you are stressed, remember to say something. I remember one of the SunnyCons where we did a skit and then we were meant to change into Riverdale.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten half my cosplay and would have to go home to get it. And I already felt really uncomfortable in it.
Yeah,
That I was there having a meltdown, proper.
Well, if you just told me, what would I have said? What did I say?
You said it was
All
fine.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
I just stayed in the cosplay I was in, and we were there at different fandoms doing a panel.
Yep. Honestly, it was fine as chips. As long as we're having fun. Literally, I can't stress how much I get stressed watching other people stress. That's a lot of stress, and I don't need it. I literally, I'm relaxed as heck, and like I might as well be horizontal with the situation. Yeah, I do get my own occasional stresses before cons, but if I see somebody at a con stressing out, there's more likely I'll just help you and be like, mate, it's all right. It's not the end of the world. Cons happen all the time. We got this. It's fine. Just chill your bean sprouts. Be wholesome. Be supportive. Exactly what you are all saying. Good cush, man. Try not to stress. Don't be like Pepe. Be like the pig.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it is just a bad time. It's just a sucky time. We're going to be honest, right? You're looking at this right now and you're thinking, that's actually some good cosplays, right? You'd be right. They were lovely to look at, but the three of them on the right loved their costumes, was happy in them, over the moon. Me and Kate, on the other hand, felt uncomfortable. We weren't happy. Sometimes that just happens, and sometimes you just got to do what me and Kate did and ignore it and move on. Try to have fun with it. Make memes about yourself. Try to get other people to, just make a meme about it. I know that sounds ridiculous, but be funny. It always helps. Keep the good vibes going. And I don't know, we felt all right by the end of the day. We realized we don't put them back over again.
Yeah. we still had fun. And that was I may not have a single photo of this cosplay that I like. And I may prefer it a lot more on the hanger than when it's on me. But we still had fun. And it's okay as well. This Kitakon, I think it was, we didn't like this day. This was our day where we weren't comfortable. And we kind of just persevered and went with it anyway. Sometimes some people will be too uncomfortable to wear the cosplay. It is also okay not to put it on. You've got your two options. You just go with it, or you turn around and change. Both are okay.
So it's essentially, it's one of those things of again, don't stress. If something's happening and you feel like you have to wear it, that's the wrong way to be. You shouldn't feel like you have to do anything. One of these things in cosplay is that it was built for fun. It is cosplay and fun. It's supposed to be a hobby. We all enjoy it. We all have a good time. If you see somebody being sad and they're not feeling comfortable, one of the options is just say, get out of it, man. Come on, just come as yourself and we'll have some fun. You don't have, just give them offers, give them a helping hand. Be wholesome with them, keep the panel theme. But just if you stress like us, we are quite hefty brained people, and we went, we're just going to do it. We're going to get these photos. We booked a photographer. We're going to do it anyway. But yeah, we didn't put them on again. But I'm going to commend Kivia over here, Kate over here, for those shorts that I'm wearing as Ezreal. Spot on as fuck. Like, beautiful. Apology for my language, but it's the amazing shorts. And I hated wearing it, but looked beautiful. So thank you for doing those shorts for me. It was amazing.
Well, I'm really proud of them. I try and only look at that when I'm looking at this photo, because at least then I can be proud of that. That's
bad touch. But right. Con etiquette. Children, people, adults, families. There's a few things we're going to go through. And as much as I wanted to keep this wholesome, we need to learn things. We do need to learn things and be wholesome at the same time. We'll start off on the left. Photographers, right? I am a photographer also, as well as a cosplayer. So it's always nice to know that people are looking out for me, as well as the cosplayers looking after themselves. Be wholesome to your photographers as well as your cosplayers, because we are just as stressed. I've got a friend as well who is a photographer, and we're both equally as stressed as each other. It's scary, horrendous, and honestly, we just want to get really good photos of you guys. And if you're stepping on our toes or walking in front of us or being nasty to us like I've had in the past, like, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to deal with nor be involved in. So stay wholesome with everyone in the con goers, cosplayers, staff, photographers. Like, just keep your peepers open, and if you see that they're struggling, give them a helping hand, because sometimes we are, and we're just trying to do a job for you, and you know, wholesome. Middle one. The middle one is obvious, mate. It's the hygiene. Keep away from people's space. Cosplay is not consent, unless you're these two in the middle, which again is Gravedog. We keep using her. Gravedog and Maya know each other very well, so are more than welcome to do weird things with each other. Do whatever they need to do. Be themselves, you know? Be free. But don't do that with people straight off the bat. Maybe ask them about their boundaries, see what they want, cosplay is not consent, all that shebang. We know all that stuff. Keep it wholesome. 90% of people just want to be talked to beforehand. So just, you know, reach your feelers out. No, don't reach your feelers out. This is not the point I was going across. Reach your mouth words out and talk to them before then. But you know what I'm getting at. We're going with that. Yeah, I used to, like, this is one of the bad things that I used to make like, again, you've got to grow as people. I was literally a weeb like this, going around licking people, and it shows in my videos. I was quite the awkward, well, Kate's one of my victims. Back when I was a weeb, it was pretty bad. I was very touchy-feely. We don't do that. Let's be not like that at all. Let's be wholesome with mouth words.
With mouth words.
And I guess the other one is like makeup, wigs, getting ready at cons. Homestuck are pretty bad for this. We are in the Homestuck community. This is Kate on the right. One of my photos. Hell yeah. Fucking, I've got to stop swearing. Stop doing that. Ignore me. Homestuck get it pretty bad. Like, they, because you have to cover yourself in grey. There's ways to get around it, and there's ways to do it. I'm sorry. It's going to keep on, like, make a tally, and you can shout at me for every bad word that I say. I'm not going to try and say anymore, don't worry. But Homestucks are really bad for it, and it's, again, we've had our problems in the past, but let's keep ourselves to ourselves, with, especially if you're wearing face paint. And I think the same goes for fairies as well. Don't touch them inappropriately. Don't go at them. They require the most respect. They're wearing stuff that they can't see out of 90% of the time. So if you're not gonna, damn it, no. But yeah, it just don't touch them or anything like that. Always talk to people first. Cosplay is not consent. I'll keep saying it over and over. Keep it wholesome. Keep it chatty. Keep it, just talk to people. We all want to be spoken to. Like, as bad as our, like, you know, mental self-esteems might be to talk to other people, we'd rather be spoken to than touched. So keep it at that. And Homestucks, try not to get your makeup all over people and build gloves instead. It's a top tip from me as a Homestucker as well. Get gloves, grey gloves, because then you can touch things. It's well worth it.
There are some, like, you've got to be mindful of other cosplayers, big builds, big armor builds, furries, like you've said. Keep in mind them as well as yourself. I've done a lot of cosplay that involves body paint. I, for some reason, like to torture myself like that by putting on full faces of body paint and hands, like, for an entire day. And sometimes, if you don't do it right, you're going to pull your hands back from the table and you're going to be leaving little red fingerprints. And that's not good for your venue. It's not good for your con organizers. So if you can do gloves, there are a lot of different kinds of, like, the colored gloves that you can get to make it look like you've painted your arms and your hands. Or as well, I've seen some people carry round cleaning kits specifically for if they leave any marks on anything. You've got to be really mindful of the space you're in and the people around you, and setting your body paint.
Yep, because I feel like another big con etiquette thing is just look after your cons, because cons do get cancelled if you don't look after them. So be wholesome to your conventions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the big final. Hey, this one's my favorite. I love this one. This is all of your, like, isms, per se. This is don't be racist, don't be phobic, essentially. Don't be a bad person. Gender, race, everything needs to be respected. We literally slap the wholesome all over that. Respect everyone for what they want to do and want to be at the con, because we didn't do cosplay to be nasty to people, did we? We did it to literally be wholesome, nice to people. We did it to have fun. We did it to come together as people who all like the same thing and hobby and be good to people. So I don't want to get crap off people who, if we're not a certain race or we're not a certain gender, that we can't be the character. Not okay. Big slap. Not okay. Like, I've had it in the past, and it's just not okay. Like, I'm transgender myself, so obviously while transitioning a long time ago, when I was in the middle of doing girls and boy cosplays, the stuff I would get for it, especially when I was a bit more, like, overweight as well, like, weight is also a problem. Wrong. Don't ever kick off at people for that. If they want to be what they want to be, no matter what they look like and who they are allowed to do that. And that's me being like, con dad, everyone gets to do what they want. Everyone gets to do what they want. And that is totally a big, like, whoop, slap the wholesome, done. Let them do what they want. And if you see somebody struggling with something like this, we'll tell you how to solve that later. It's in a panel slide. Dealing with the nasty. Here it is. Slap that on there. So to deal with the nasty, there's good ways of doing this, because I've dealt with it myself, obviously, and there's bad ways of doing this. We'll explain a little bit of how to stay wholesome in the community. So essentially, this picture makes me happy. It's me and Laura know each other very well, so don't think this is a bad thing. This is Grave Dog again, getting, like, it's
just found some random Deku cosplay.
No. It's always Grave Dog. Why is she inviting you for into these images? I've just realized. So we know each other really well, but, like, people dealing with the nasty essentially requires you to be tactful, nice about it. Don't ever beat somebody with the same stick that they're beating you with, if you get me. Don't ever, like, if somebody's they're bullying, they're being racist, they're being nasty, they're being transphobic, they're being all these other things, like, literally never ever beat them with the same stick they're beating you with. It's not okay. Don't do it. I know that if you're tempted to get revenge, you want to kick off at them, do not. Never do that. Essentially, the way I go about it is just either talk out of it, walk away, don't go near them. They're not worth your time. They're really not. And you want to keep wholesome in the community. We all want to stay friends. We all want to have a good time. Fighting is not the way. It's the big no-no of what I'd say is that we've had a time where we've went to a convention party before and somebody was getting a bit too close to my friend and in their space, and it wasn't okay. And we decided to avoid confrontation, not fight with them, because you're most likely going to get kicked out of the con. You're going to get kicked out for being a problem with the problem, and it's not worth it. Don't get involved with people like that. It's never okay. Like, enjoy your con is the big... So just, we stuck by her. We stuck by her, hung out with her, made sure she felt okay, made him back away, and it was all good. In the end, it actually worked out, and we told con staff as well, so like there was further protection. If you ever can't solve a problem or feel like you'd have to fight to get a problem, go find con staff or go find somebody else who might help, somebody a bit more like in the know of how to fix a problem like that. I can't stress enough, don't ever deal the nasty with nasty.
You're good con staff, the kind of cons that you want to support. Your con staff will not tolerate the kind of nasty behavior that we're talking about. If
Yeah.
you raise it with them, they will want to solve it.
Yep.
And it's important to trust them as well and to speak to them when it happens. They will go and they'll do something, or they'll help you do something as well.
Mm-hmm. Just keep to those little things just in your own mind and save yourselves from what could be your demise as well as theirs. Don't get kicked out of a con because of somebody else's rudeness, essentially. And that's how to deal with it, really.
There's a lot of drama in the cosplay community, in the con community. As there is many places, it's easy to get wrapped up in it. It's not fun to get wrapped up in it.
Nope.
And it can be dragged out far too much.
I feel like the easiest way to not be a drama llama is to keep to, well, what we're saying in the panel, be wholesome, be nice to each other. Don't like get involved too much in other people's business. Remember, we're here for like as a hobby to hang out with friends and chill out. And if you've got drama outside of the con community, maybe don't bring it in, because it's one of those things where like if we get too involved and everyone starts hating on each other for things that they do in their actual lives, the cons become just a place of like, it's like a school essentially. We're just together kicking off at each other, and we don't need to. And we've had to deal with it before, where the situation that how we dealt with the drama llamas was, it was all over Facebook. It was all happening. Just don't even make a statement. Walk away from it. Don't do anything to them. Don't fight back with them. It's the same thing I was saying earlier. Don't ever beat them with the same stick. If they're going to be weird and dramery, you walk away from the drama. Don't be a part of it. Just be like, my hands are up, my friend. You think what you think. Move on. Even if it's something that you're so against that you have to fight back or you feel like you have to, don't. Just leave it. You're better than that.
There's ways to fight back against things that you find morally wrong without causing drama, without making it a big scene.
Yes.
And as well, in this community, sometimes you're going to fall out with people. Sometimes people are going to make mistakes. If you fall out with somebody, sometimes you fall out with your friends.
Yep.
That doesn't need to be a big deal. Sometimes people make mistakes and they do terrible things. You can not speak to them again and still give them the space to be better just somewhere else. Or not be better, just somewhere else.
Convention halls and meetups and stuff are big enough that you don't have to see the people you're not too fond of or you're not friends with anymore, and so you can still enjoy yourself. And there'll always be people around you, even if it's 1 or 2 people or 60 people. There'll always be people that understand you and like you for who you are. You don't need to fight with anyone about it. Stay wholesome, people. Oh yeah, how to do the social thing. I'm going to let you lead on with this one, Catherine. There you go. Whoosh, there.
So, obviously, a big part of cosplay in the con community is being social. And for us too, we are very much the introvert and the extrovert. I find the social thing incredibly difficult to do. I remember this picture of Ash in the box. That was the very first time I ever saw Ash. And the only thing that went through my head was, man, he looks like someone I don't want to be friends with. I thought some things that, it was a bad, nasty word, and I'm not going to say it because I don't swear in a panel. But, and then we went and I got really into Homestuck. And we met again. And I agreed to be in a panel with him. And he didn't know what he was doing, so he pushed me off the table and said, "You take over, please help." And so I helped. And sometimes, the social thing is very, very difficult. When we joined the Homestuck meets, the very first one that I went to, I nearly didn't go because I thought, like, I felt so physically sick. That's the kind of thing that social scenarios do to me. And sometimes you find people like Ash who will make you feel better and who will be very good at bringing you into that scenario a lot gentler. You're going to mesh with some people and it'll help.
Yeah, I think the reason why we get on so well is because you will find people like me and Kate are all across the cosplay world. But like I am extrovert as hell. I'm like the person who doesn't get nervous before skits. Like I do a little bit, but like on stage is good cush, man. And panels, I'm all right. I can just force people into situations. But like again, I have a limit where I won't ever push myself too hard on people. And I think that's why me and Kate get along really well, is because I help her get through certain things and she helps me stop doing certain things. Uh, it doesn't help that I'm ADHD as hell, but we complement each other, so it's okay. It's you will find people of all different mental illnesses, things that they've got problems with, and you've got to work yourself around and be nice to that person on what they need and want. And try not to be as cray-cray as pushing somebody in a panel and making them do it for you because you have nothing about Homestuck because you've read one chapter so far and you're cosplaying God tier and people have told you that you're not even there yet. What are you doing? Because that was me. But no, we're like best friends now, and things have changed. Our relationship is more like the Naruto and Sakura picture. It's still me being, hello, we're going to do this thing, right? And she's like, no. Maybe no. The debate.
Yeah. I've said far too many jokes about how we're not actually friends. Stop pretending we're friends. And a couple of people believe it. It's not true. We're not friends. We're best friends.
Yeah.
But it's the only time I'm gonna say that. But and like for people who are like me and struggle a lot with the social, sometimes it'll take a couple of times for it to stick.
Yes.
Sometimes it might feel like you're struggling a lot and you're not going to get there. You will. Just give yourself the time and the breathing room to do it.
And make sure that if you're crazy like me and you love social, don't ever put pressure on somebody who wants that time to chill out. Try and find who you mesh with, guys. Be wholesome to each other, regardless of extrovert, introvert, whatever you've got. It's all good, man. We can do this. The same way we've done it for our meets now. We have a lot of meets because now like we're best friends. We run meets all the time in Newcastle, and we have really good fun cosplaying at parks, like at the civic centres, and just chilling out and having a good time. And it's because we all mesh really well and we're good friends now. So it's one of those things that it's trial and error, but don't ever give up. Stay wholesome. It's all right, guys. Be proud. Obvious. It should be obvious, right? And no, it's not to everyone. You should always be proud of something, be it anything. It can be the makeup, your wigs, the full costume, anything. But you should always be proud of something because that also brings up the hype limit, I suppose. The good feelings, the good vibes. Like just be proud of something. Like this is just a few hours that we feel like we did incredibly well on, and like to other people might not be like. It might not be something to them, but to us, and what keeps us going and keeps us happy, and our friends are the same. These bad boys, like Naruto is probably my staple like cosplay to be, if we're gonna be honest. I love him. He's simple. He's not exactly crazy. I do buy it. I'm not even like I'm not gonna be real with like I'm going to be real with you guys and be like I buy it, but I feel good in that costume and I feel okay with being Naruto, and that I'm proud of that. You should all be proud of something like that.
I think like yeah, we tried to figure out what cosplays were some of our proudest, and like Alice, which is the top left, the blue girl from Toho, that cosplay, I'm so incredibly proud of that cosplay. It's really easy for you to criticize what you make. I made this one entirely from scratch. The other two I've like I bought and edited, but Alice I made entirely from scratch. I had to redo the cape twice. The skirt doesn't actually fasten. I keep it together with a safety pin because I messed up on the pattern. and the button actually popped off while I was wearing it the first time. Doesn't matter. I look great.
Yep, you do. It's actually one of the ones I really like photographing of you as well as a photographer. So it's good kush. I appreciate it. But you should always hype each other up. Be proud of your friends as well. Don't just sit there and be proud of yourself. Be proud of. Joe's just put a Marissa sticker in. But yeah, be proud of your friends. Be proud of everyone around you, because that also helps bring up the good vibes, the good feelings, the wholesome. It brings up everything. So just try and be as nice as to each other as possible. Being proud of your friends is also a good way of bigging them up. Like, I was so proud of all of us, of our elite cosplayers, the ones at the bottom right. We did so well. We got that together. We were all boiling that day. It was a red hot day at London MCM, but we were so good, so on point. I literally can't even go wrong with that. That was so good. And obviously, me and Kate are proud of each other with our Digimon cosplays. We pulled that off, honestly, I think last minute. Trying to find everything. I made the goggles, like you made the jackets, and you did your entire cosplay. Like, that was insane. But they're simple, but we're proud of them. And it doesn't matter how complex your cosplay is going to be, like whether you want to do big armored sets, fairy, like fair suits, all of the crazy stuff, casual cosplays, everything above, like it just all needs love. Like, don't just sit there and be like, because I've done a school thing or My Hero Academia or like a casual cosplay out my mom's closet, doesn't mean that it's not, you shouldn't be proud of it. It's not good. It's good. It always is. Like, cosplay should be, you should be proud of it, regardless of what you've made, even if it's the small bits. Always think about it and look at it. Like, what do you appreciate out of it? What, like my wigs, I love my wigs. That's the one thing that I can be proud of no matter what I do. So yeah, did your
did this one as well.
Yeah.
I can't do wigs.
Just find something to be proud of and you'll feel better about it. I promise. It does come. Oh, that is the end of the panel per se. But we're going to take some questions, of course, if anyone has any about the situation and being wholesome, any of the bad things. We're here to take any questions, as many as possible anyway. We do have a video to show you as well if we had time, which we do. It's one of the things I'm majorly proud of when I go to conventions is not the videos per se, but the fact that I like making videos about the cons and showing people what's at the conventions. I used to do a lot of them. I haven't done any recently because I've been working really hard on photography, but we're going to show one of the videos that I made a long time ago, which shows Wholesome in cosplay in its fullest, because I thought I video everyone, not just the good cosplayers, everyone. So everyone gets a piece of it because you all deserve it. So if Kate's ready to show that, and then we'll do questions. Yeah. Whoa, well, that was quick. Ooh.
I can't see.
It's that one, yeah, you got
my
it.
glasses on. I've got it. Right.
Nah, you got this. I know you're blind, but you got this.
I'm very blind right now.
Is this oh. was beautiful. It's been a while since I've seen that one. That one's some good stuff. But yeah, we're gonna take if you want to bring up the last panel again, Kate, if you can. But like, we're gonna take questions. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope this was enlightening a little bit, a bit fun, bit not just have no stress, chill with us. You know what I mean? But yeah, if there's any questions that you guys have about being wholesome, even if it's just you telling us about your con experiences, like we're here for that. We've still got a bit of time, so more than welcome. Oh man, I really appreciate these two images as well. Like that was a simple one we did though, and it was like spot on.
Still really proud of us for that one.
Right, here we go. Here's one off Joe. What was the most wholesome compliment you got from a stranger about your cosplay? I think that is, yeah, cosplay. The most wholesome compliment. Ooh. Oh man. I feel like, what could that be? I don't. What would yours be?
The compliments that stick in my head tend to be around the skit panels that we've done. When we did that Voltron skit panel, there was a couple of people who came up to me afterwards to say that we'd done really, really well. And I'd been so nervous that they really stick in my head. Like, they meant a lot.
Yeah, I feel like when we come off, and because you, like, obviously you're a lot more nervous than me about skits, I think the skit compliments usually get me quite a bit about, like, I don't know, just bigging us up and making us feel better about the situation. Like when we did Deku and Urika, and that was like, little Gem came up to us afterwards and was like, you did really amazing, by the way. And we were just like, damn, hell yeah. I think the skit ones really mean a lot to us. Yeah, I definitely say that as well. Or when I was Naruto, that's my other one. Because Naruto, I always get really big compliments that I look like him and I'm suited and whatnot, which I appreciate. So, heck yeah, I'm down. What was our first con ever like? We have two different first cons, I reckon. So you say yours first, if you remember it.
I'm pretty sure my first con was the first SunnyCon.
Oh, okay.
My first con, was it the first one or the second one? It was, I didn't know it was happening until the Saturday. I didn't know anything really about cons, and it was Joe who came home and said that he wanted to go once I'd finished class. So I went with him, and I've been to every one ever since.
No, I've been to every SunnyCon, but my first ones were like, obviously I went to NemaCon before that, and I think my first ever convention was Leeds Thought Bubble a long time ago. I've been cosplaying like 11 years now or something. So I did that con. The Leeds Thought Bubble was actually really good back then. Like it was like less about the comics, which is not where it's about, but it was less about comics and it was all about cosplay back at the beginning. So it was really interesting. Back I did Pikachu, I think, which is the basic. I think I did Ellen Pikachu actually over the weekend. So Death Note and Pokemon, hell yeah. But yeah, it was really interesting and entertaining. And I remember I've got videos of it of us doing weeby dances and caramel dancing and obviously all that stuff in the middle of the I don't do it anymore, but no, I still do sometimes. But yeah, we did caramel dancing and stuff like that, and I've got videos of it. They're quite wild actually. I miss old cons being as wild and crazy as they are. I think SunnyCon's the closest that I get to feeling free.
You like the big party cons.
Yeah, I like the big party cons. It's great. Is there any more questions? Also, hi, Andy. Thank you very much for the claps. I appreciate it. Clippity claps. You can't see the claps yet, can you, Kate?
Oh, I can't see. Even if I wasn't just looking at this panel, I wouldn't be able to see anyway. My glasses are not on my face.
But nah, man. Con experiences they differ, don't they? And it's still okay to keep all the wholesome things we've just taught you today on every con you go to, including the party ones. Never get under people's toes. Regardless of what con. Because Anime Attacks is like obviously a small at-home con, and then there's the different ones like down London, and we've been to quite a lot of variety, I think, in terms of conventions, anime, different sci-fi ones, other bits and pieces. It's been a wild ride, and we've still got many years of this to come. But yeah, just don't forget to stay wholesome no matter what con you're at, no matter what party you're at, no matter what cosplay ball you're at. Any of them, yeah? It's all good. If there is no more questions and no one has anything else, we might just end it a bit early. Because I didn't expect to get through that fast. Pretty good.
Sorry, I was in charge of how fast we went.
Hell yeah. I appreciate more claps. Yay. But yeah, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. It was like actually really fun to do something a little bit less stressful today, because usually we're used to doing league panels and all this other stuff. But yeah, man, just keep the good vibes, right? It's like, what a vibe. Be a vibe. Just be good to yourselves and other people. And remember to keep bigging each other up, because it helps. Wholesome vibes. Hell yeah. That's what we were going for. So just keep it up in the community and let's make it better, yeah? We can do this. There's many claps, many claps. We clap too. I think we should clap. Wholesome claps. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know how we end this now. Oh my god, Joe's putting like hyper cats. And I'm really scared. It's the one that's flashing.
Yes.
02, yes. I'm like, oh man, amazing stuff. But yeah, that's us concluded. You are free to leave if you wish. We're gonna end the stream probably as soon as people start going, I guess.
We can leave now. Do we have to wait for other people to leave?
I did recognize Baby too. She's amazing. I actually want to cosplay Hero, so I love 02. See you guys. Bye. They're all saying bye. There we go. Thank you very much. You have a good day also. Keep that wholesome cosplay up, guys.
Enjoy the rest of the
con. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the con.
You're so energetic.
Yes.